G'day. So, for those that have followed already this week, yes, Houston ended up being a bit of a play, but I said going into this, again, depends on where you find me. I had three very distinct opinions this week: Broncos, Patriots, and I fucking love the Bears. So, push that aside. We're going to get into the numbers. The numbers don't necessarily support that, although for the house, we're going to need the Bears. But I love these odds. I love this position. I have, just for record, gotten the Bears wrong for a good fucking dozen weeks. They just keep showing up, keep proving me wrong. Money's strong. So we're going to get into this. I'm going to be quick. My beer's getting warm. I need to head back to the bar to watch this game kick off, where I got to watch the last game, the second half, after watching Barcelona lose the game. I love being against local fans. I don't know what it is. It's just, gives me a little kick, especially when it's an underdog against a favorite. So we're looking at this. Bears to the Rams, 63% of the money, 54% of the master money. Dive into this a little bit. We're looking at 65% of the money on the over. Master money is 68%. Looking where the master money is on this: -4 a chunk, -3.5 a chunk, -3 a little bit, +4 is about 97% of the money. 3.5 is a fraction, 4.5 is a little bit laying a price. So, first of all, just dive in here, bring this up. 12, and ended up being a push on that one. I believe everything that was won last night, pretty much. What the fuck? What happened there? Hang on a second. Future settled. So it was a break square line last night. All right. Let's get stuck into this before it goes. No money on the first half. Well balanced overall. We're looking at 87% of the money's on the Bears first half. Under, looking at 78%, 82% of the master money on the under. Looks like the bulk of it is at under 24.5. Money line 75% on the Rams. I am going to go down swinging. Go Bears. Crush them out. I am going to throw hard against the wall. This is the game. This is the team. Maybe they don't win, but I'm taking the point. I'm going to take a little more of that. All right. First quarter, second half, not a bunch on that. Well balanced. Turn it. No, nothing there. Get into these team props. Nothing jumping out as usual. Get into these quarterbacks. All right, we're looking at 53% on the under, Matthew Stafford. However, we're looking at 78% of the master money is on the under. That is under 276.5 at -130. Again, get in any questions or anything particular you might want. Going to hit these hard and fast. I need to get back to my beer. Actually, I might actually switch to some whiskey or some tequila after this. However, looking at 64% of Caleb Williams passing yards over, 61% of the master money's on the under. That is under 229.5, 220.5, 215.5. Obviously, a lot more at the 229.5, and they eased up on the price once it got down to what it is now. Sorry, I've got to be excused for a moment. I am still here, but I have got my friendly customer placing a bet here that just actually had a winner on the Patriots. Just a moment. I am here. I am not going anywhere. We are going. All right, so we're going live here. I don't know if I've lost some years somewhere, some along the way. I was just on Puka Nakua. So 100% on the under 7.5 at even money. Got a real good one here. 71% Colby Parkinson over receptions. 81% of the master money is on the under. We're looking at under 2.5, laying around mid 30s. What else we got down here? Here's some really good action on Colston Loveland, total receptions. 78% on the over. 54% of the master money is on the under. Under 5 is where that sits at minus 15 to 20. Kyron Williams, looking at 64% on the under, 100% of the master money on the under there. Under 10.5, laying about 10 cents. Devontae Adams, 67% over, 58% under master money. We're looking under 55.5 is where the bulk of that is, laying a nickel. Under 53.5, laying a dime. Balance, good balance. Jumping out. Here's a really nice one. We've got 63% on Colston Loveland, receiving yards over. Yet we've got 71% of the master money on the under. If anyone's on there, just give me a fucking ping if this game's already started or where it's at. Running a little bit behind time. Looking at under master, under 55.5, laying around 15 cents. Huge money on this one. Luther Burden, total receiving yards. 87% on the over. 58% of the master money on the under. 37.5. Laying it's around even money. Let's see what else we got here. It's always these rushing yards. These rushing yards pull in big money. And here we go again. 87% on the over, Kyron Williams. 78% of the master money on the under. Under 61.5, laying around even, laying a nickel. Another real strong one here, 88% on the over. Blake Corum rushing yards. 68% of the master money is on the under. Under 46.5, laying 5 cents. Another fucking great one here, 71%. Caleb Williams over rushing yards, 100% of the master money on the under. Under 20.5, round even money, laying a nickel. Good back action there. Kyle Monangai, total rushing yards. We're looking at 64% on the under, 100% of the master money on the over. Over 35.5, laying a dime. And that's pretty much the crux of it. We're going to get into these first touchdown scorers. Tyler Higbee, strong money there at 16 to 1. Caleb Williams, strong money there at 18s and 17s. Terrence Ferguson, strong money there at 30s and 35s. They're really Olamide Zakak. You fucking got me there. Olamide Z, 50 to 1, 45 to 1, 42 to 1, good action. Davis Allen, 90s, 80s, 65s, good action. Both defenses at 50s and 45s. Go to the Bears, 45s and 42s, good action there. Anytime touchdown scorer. We got just the one, Terrence Ferguson. Looking at 6 3/4, 6.5, 6.25 for some action there. So let me just go back up to the game. All right, thanks, Henry, for the kickoff notice. Bears. Looked at the number a week. Looked at the position. It's evened up and balanced up a little bit here. Still need the Bears for a little bit. Money line be a great result. I'm on the Bears. Good luck. All the best with your betting. And we'll do it again next weekend. Any questions, feel free to ping me. Anything. Just reach out, let me know. All right, cheers and good luck.